The superstar's 20-year-old son was arrested on drug charges over the weekend, and the actor, who has had his own well-publicized battle with addiction, says,
I've been through so much.
Do heroin and crack cocaine.
Because I get so high, and I have pick marks all over my face.
The world of fame and fortune often comes with immense pressure, scrutiny, and relentless demands. Many famous actors and celebrities have turned to substance abuse as a way to cope with these challenges. Unfortunately, this has often led to addiction, which overshadowed their careers and, in some tragic cases, resulted in their untimely deaths. Their stories are a stark reminder of the dark side of Hollywood and the hidden struggles of its stars. In this video, we will examine 20 celebrities whose careers and lives were tragically derailed by substance abuse. Number 20. Charlie Sheen. Famous for his role as Charlie Sheen, his success in the CBS sitcom 2.5 Men earned him several awards and millions of dollars. Fans worldwide adored Charlie, but he might not have spent all that money wisely. Shortly after becoming wealthy, he started making headlines for wild parties and substance abuse. Charlie first went to rehab in 1998, but his narcotics issues continued for many years. Additionally, he was charged with assault following an alleged incident with his wife in December 2009. He was sent to rehab again afterward, but by October 2010, he was back in trouble. 5 years later, Charlie tested positive for HIV and announced it to the public. While this did not significantly improve his reputation, he did raise awareness about the disease. Since then, Charlie has remained a controversial figure known for wild parties and shocking scandals. During a famous 2011 roast, many comedians mocked his outrageous personal scandals and party life. Number 19. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes gained fame in the mid-90s after being cast in Nickelodeon's popular show All That, a comedy sketch series for young audiences inspired by Saturday Night Live. 3 years later, at the age of 13, she starred in her own highly successful show, The Amanda Show. She then transitioned to film, acting alongside notable actors such as Frankie Muniz in Big Fat Liar, Colin Firth in What a Girl Wants, Channing Tatum in She's the Man, and sharing the screen with John Travolta and Zac Efron. However, in 2010, she announced on Twitter that she no longer enjoyed acting and would be taking a break from the industry. 2 years after announcing her hiatus from acting, Amanda Bynes was arrested on suspicion of DUI in April 2012. Despite pleading not guilty, she was charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of hit and run in September of that same year. In August 2013, Bynes was placed under a temporary conservatorship due to mental health and substance abuse issues. This decision came just 1 month after she was hospitalized and placed on a psychiatric hold for setting a fire in a stranger's driveway in July 2013. Bynes admitted to smoking marijuana from a young age, but claimed that it wasn't until later that she began experimenting with other drugs, such as Molly, ecstasy, and cocaine. She also admitted to abusing Adderall, which she obtained by pretending to have attention deficit disorder. In February 2023, Bynes was found wandering the streets naked and alone in downtown Los Angeles and was subsequently placed on a psychiatric hold. This incident occurred about a year after she was released from a conservatorship that lasted almost a decade. Number 18. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, famously known as The Voice, earned her title through her prolific and beautiful singing and acting career in American music, selling over 200 million records globally. However, behind her enchanting music was a darker side to her life story. Suspected of having a drug habit for a long time, Whitney revealed her substance abuse in a 2009 interview with Oprah Winfrey. She admitted to using marijuana and harder substances and explained that she used narcotics to cope with her emotions. When it gets to the stage where you just sit at home and try to cover what you don't want others to see, it hurts. That's when you take more just so nobody has to see you cry. Whitney also stated that she went to rehab in 2003 and 2004. Despite her lifelong battle with substance abuse, Whitney passed away tragically in 2012, The autopsy revealed that her body contained alcohol and numerous other narcotics, likely causing her untimely death. While Whitney's struggles led to her passing, sharing her story helped many others overcome their addiction. Number 17. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. began his journey with substance use disorder when his father introduced him to marijuana at the age of 8. Although he first experimented with drugs at 6, it wasn't until 1996 that he faced his first drug-related arrest. As his acting career progressed, Downey struggled with heroin, alcohol, and cocaine. He attended multiple treatment centers in the mid-1990s and has stated, "Stopping isn't hard, but not starting again is." Despite facing legal issues and multiple stints in rehab, Downey Jr. made an inspiring recovery from addiction and has been sober since July 2003. Downey Jr., known for his iconic role as Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has significantly impacted the film industry. His portrayal of Tony Stark not only garnered critical and commercial success, but also helped launch one of the most successful franchises in movie history, demonstrating that superhero films could be both profitable and critically acclaimed. Today, Downey is a renowned actor with roles in films such as Iron Man and Sherlock Holmes. He does not blame anyone for his struggles with substance abuse and chooses to live in the present. Number 16. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan shot to Hollywood fame in the 1990s and early 2000s, but quickly squandered it with a wild party lifestyle and poor decisions. Following her roles in The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday, many producers were eager to cast her in their films. However, their enthusiasm waned upon learning of her late-night partying, especially after complaints from executives about her arriving late or missing filming due to fatigue. By 2007, Lindsay was essentially blacklisted, and her problems only worsened. During and after 2007, Lindsay faced multiple DUI charges due to car crashes from excessive speeding. At a hearing for one of her DUI charges, Lindsay admitted, "It is too clear to me that my life is out of control, and this is due to my addictions to drugs and alcohol." She added, "I recently relapsed and made regrettable decisions. I want to be healthy and control my life again, which is why I sought medical help. I'll take these steps to fix my life, and I hope with time I can overcome these issues." Lindsay has been out of rehab since 2013, and it appears she has overcome her substance abuse issues. However, her career and personal relationships were severely damaged by her frequent drug use in the past. Number 15. Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith's addiction stemmed from her need to cope with the pressures of fame and the sorrow of losing her son. Initially, she used pills to calm her anxiety before public appearances, but over time, her dependence on them grew as she turned to them to manage life's stresses. A well-known model and actress, Anna rose to fame in the 90s. She began her career as an exotic dancer, later becoming a Playboy playmate, and eventually transitioned into film and television. In the months leading up to her death, Anna was desperately seeking drugs, consuming strong sedatives straight from the bottle and asking for more medication shortly after her previous dose. Her boyfriend, Howard K. Stern, and two doctors, Dr. Sandeep Kapoor and Dr. Christine Aroshevich, were responsible for administering her medication when she was too weak to do so herself. During their trial, it was revealed that 8 of the 11 drugs found in Anna's system were prescribed to Stern, not Anna. 2 prescriptions were issued for Alex Katz and 1 for her friend and psychiatrist, Dr. Aroshevich. The medical examiner, Dr. Perper, confirmed that all the prescriptions were authorized by Dr. Aroshevich. Despite the blame placed on others, Anna Nicole Smith's life illustrates the severe consequences of drug abuse and addiction in Hollywood as she passed away in February 2007 at the young age of 39. Number 14. Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato, a well-known actress and musician, first entered rehab for cocaine addiction at the age of 17. The following year, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Lovato spent some time in a sobriety house and reflected on the experience, saying, "I had all the help in the world, but I didn't want it. When I hit that moment, I was like, it's no longer fun when you're doing it alone." Her struggles with substance abuse and alcohol became widely known after she released her song Sober in 2018, marking a relapse after 6 years of sobriety. A month later, Lovato suffered a near-fatal overdose. Since then, she has become an advocate for those dealing with substance abuse and mental health issues. Number 13. Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, a 2-time Grammy-winning actor, has dealt with the impact of his father's alcohol abuse throughout his life. After stopping drinking for a few years, Affleck tried to drink in moderation. He explained, "I was sober for a couple of years and then I thought, I want to just drink like a normal person and I want to have wine at dinner." And I was able to for about 8 years. However, his struggle with alcohol eventually contributed to a challenging divorce in 2018. Since then, Affleck has been in recovery. A major motivation for him to remain sober is his commitment to being present for his children. Number 12. Britney Spears. Britney Spears, known globally as the Princess of Pop, made a significant impact on the 2000s and 2010s with her music and acting career. She also gained attention for her legal battle to end her conservatorship in 2019, which concluded in 2021. Despite her continued popularity and wealth, there are aspects of her life that are far from perfect. In 2007, a former associate revealed troubling details about Britney's private life, including her narcotic use, which had been ongoing for 5 years by the time he was employed. Although she was attempting to quit, she faced significant challenges. During her conservatorship, her caretakers also gave her supplements like Adderall. Police officer Fernando Flores, who regularly visited Britney, reported that she would fluctuate between being normal and having delusions about parallel universes. While Britney has made strides in her recovery since the end of her conservatorship, the effects of her substance abuse still persist. Number 11. Bruno Mars. We all know and love Bruno Mars. His hit tracks such as Uptown Funk and Just the Way You Are have made us all move to his tunes at some point. His popularity is undeniable, with Forbes estimating his earnings to place him among the top 12 highest-paid artists in the world. However, is Bruno as clean as we think? Known for his collaborations with B.O.B. and Flo Rida and his solo work, Bruno Mars faced legal trouble in 2010. He was involved in a drug scandal in Las Vegas on September 19th at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The police discovered the 26-year-old in possession of a bag of cocaine. Bruno reportedly admitted to a police officer that his actions were foolish and claimed he had never used drugs before. The officers believed him, but Bruno still pleaded guilty to felony drug possession. In exchange, the charges would be erased from his record if he stayed out of trouble for a year. Bruno paid a $2,000 fine and completed 200 hours of community service. Years later, Bruno admitted in an interview that he had lied to the authorities about his drug use, attributing the incident to being young, drunk, and intoxicated. Number 10. River Phoenix. Most people recognize Joaquin Phoenix for his acclaimed role as the Joker in the 2019 film Joker, but his older brother River Phoenix is less well known. Despite taking on some moderately successful film roles in the 1980s and 90s, River's acting career is largely forgotten today. This is largely due to his lifelong battle with substance abuse, which ultimately cost him everything he valued. In June 1989, River's relationship with actress Martha Plimpton ended when she discovered his drug use. Following this, River tried to conceal his substance abuse, fearing it would ruin his career. Unfortunately, River hid it so well that most people were unaware of his struggles. Without anyone to step in or arrange rehab, River's addiction escalated. Tragically, in October 1993, River overdosed on drugs and passed away. Number 9. Mary Kate Olsen. You might be familiar with the Olsen twins, the the charming baby girls who first appeared at 9 months old when they were jointly cast as Michelle Tanner in the family comedy Full House. The lives of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were full of success, but Mary-Kate, in particular, struggled with her self-image, leading her to drink, smoke, and engage in other risky behaviors. Her issues escalated to the point where she developed anorexia, shutting out her family and refusing to acknowledge her addiction. In high school, Mary-Kate attended parties where she and her friends used drugs, smoked marijuana, and sniffed cocaine, leading to her early addiction. The media buzzed with reports about her behavior, and even her bodyguard noted seeing her smoking, drinking, and using drugs. The situation became a public spectacle when her boyfriend, Heath Ledger, was found dead from an overdose. Mary-Kate was the first person contacted, and she immediately sought immunity regarding the source of Ledger's drugs. The tabloids exploded with stories, some suggesting Mary-Kate might have been more involved in Ledger's death than she admitted. Subsequently, Mary-Kate entered a rehabilitation center for a 6-week program to treat her anorexia. Reports also suggest that she sought treatment for her drug addiction during this time. Fortunately, she received the necessary help. Number 8. Mischa Barton. You might recognize her for her standout performances in James Lapine's 12 Dreams, or from the American soap opera All My Children. But did you know that Mischa Barton, like several other actors, struggled with a drug problem? There was a scandal involving a date rape drug being slipped into Mischa's drink at a club. But is that the full story? Reports indicate that Mischa had been spiraling downwards due to drug use. Text messages between the now 37-year-old actress and a friend reveal her desperate attempts to acquire various drugs, including Adderall, Xanax, and Norcos. She even mentioned knowing a cocaine dealer quite well. On her 31st birthday, Barton was seen standing on a fence in her West Hollywood backyard, screaming about the end of the world. Her neighbors called 911, and Mischa spent the night in the hospital. After being released, she claimed her drink had been spiked with the date rape drug GHB during her birthday party. Number 7. Judy Garland. Judy Garland achieved stardom at a very young age with her role as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. While other young girls in the 1940s and 50s were playing with toys, Judy was interacting with some of the most iconic characters in film history. She earned multiple awards, including a Golden Globe, and became the first woman to win a Grammy Award. However, by the 1960s, Judy's time in the spotlight began to fade, and she tragically passed away a few years later. The underlying cause was a secret she kept hidden all her life, which ultimately led to her downfall. Fame was both a blessing and a curse for Judy, with intense scrutiny affecting her self-image and mental health. Film executives often criticized her appearance, which took a heavy toll on the young actress. To cope with her mental struggles, Judy turned to narcotics, which only exacerbated her problems. Her substance abuse harmed her career in the late 1950s and early 60s, and also caused significant financial issues, leading to substantial debt. Tragically, Judy's addiction ultimately resulted in her death in June 1969. Despite the damage substance abuse caused to her life and career, Judy remained beloved by her family and fans worldwide. At her eulogy, renowned actor James Mason noted that Judy's greatest gift was her ability to evoke deep emotions, even from the hardest hearts. Her generosity was such that no amount of currency could ever repay her. Number 6. DMX. In the 1990s and 2000s, DMX was one of the top rappers and actors globally. His tracks like Where the Hood At and X Gon Give It To Ya became instant hits and remain popular today. Despite his potential to remain a rap icon, his personal struggles disrupted his career and life. DMX had a lengthy history of legal troubles and an even longer history of battling a narcotic known as hard rock. He began using the substance at 14, which led to multiple rehab stints. Although he vowed to stay clean after becoming a father, he tragically relapsed and overdosed at 50 in April 2021. Despite his lifelong battle with substance abuse, DMX remains a revered figure in hip-hop. Number 5. Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper, known for his roles in The Hangover and A Star is Born, battled alcohol abuse, which worsened as his fame grew. He began his recovery journey in 2004 and has been sober for nearly 15 years. Cooper has maintained his sobriety by taking on roles that depict characters dealing with substance use disorders. He mentioned, "Anytime you're trying to tell the truth, you need to go to places and use things that have happened to you." Although he rarely discusses his past struggles with alcohol, he has addressed them in a few interviews. Number 4. Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore, who began her acting career early, faced addiction issues from a young age. She started drinking alcohol and smoking marijuana at just 9 years old. Barrymore entered rehab at 13 and has been sober since her mid-teens. Her journey showcases the resilience needed to overcome addiction. The stories of these celebrities illustrate the complex challenges of substance abuse. Number 3. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, often referred to as the King of Rock and Roll, passed away unexpectedly on August 16, 1977. His death was linked to polypharmacy, with a toxicology report revealing a combination of 14 drugs in his system, including codeine, methaqualone, morphine, and more. While the official cause of death was cardiac arrhythmia, his substance abuse struggles were undoubtedly a contributing factor. Elvis had battled addiction for many years, and this struggle played a significant role in his untimely demise. His passing highlighted the dangers of drug abuse, even among the most celebrated and talented individuals. Number 2. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, an iconic actress, was found dead on August 4, 1962, from an overdose of barbiturates and chloral hydrate, ruled a suicide. Conspiracy theories suggest possible foul play. Monroe struggled with physical ailments, sexual abuse, and substance use disorder. Despite several detox attempts, she battled addiction. Her depression worsened after failed relationships and turning 36, leading to her tragic death. Monroe's legacy endures, showcasing her immense talent and the personal demons she faced. Number 1. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, a renowned Australian actor, became involved with drugs due to the pressures of Hollywood and his intense method acting. Struggling with insomnia and anxiety, he used a combination of prescription medications. On January 22, 2008, Ledger died from an accidental overdose of oxycodone, hydrocodone, diazepam, temazepam, alprazolam, and doxylamine. His death was a significant loss to the film industry. Ledger is best known for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight, which earned him a posthumous Academy Award. His death underscores the risks of substance abuse in managing mental health issues. That's all for today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.